That's how you know I'm stoned, bro, when I can't find fucking basic shit. Fucking, I want to watch a montage of like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 clips as we're transitioning to Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4 this summer. Um, don't get me started on this rant about that. But let's talk about support resistance channels. However, I am trying to watch a montage on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. The reason why, and don't mind me, I'm just here for dramatic effect. And also, I got pigtails in today, so I feel good. So we're gonna talk about some cool stuff. We're gonna smoke some weed, and hopefully, this video will just get your thoughts jumping a little bit. All right. So really quick, I wanted to hop back onto a concept that we talked about a couple days ago. Actually, I'm lying because that was not a couple days ago. That was like a week ago or two. So yeah, man. People ask me like, "Joe, when my next video was coming out?" I drop these videos when I have time, bro. I don't have a lot of time right now, so it's very rare that I have a few hours to really sit down all the way and freestyle you one of these. So this is what I want you to do. All right. I want you to dive in with me about something we find cool. All right. So watch this. So when we talk about support and resistance channels, okay? And also I do something on purpose that you might not notice. I make the beginning part of this video super boring for anybody who doesn't even really do this for real. Because everyone's going to want the answer given right to you without any back testing or work or and I totally understand where you might um click on a video and your whole idea of learning is not taking notes. You're not going to actually implement a lot of the stuff that we talk about into your own model. You're not being creative enough. You're just watching the videos, which I appreciate. But I would like you to actually sit down and say, you know what? I need this, 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 that. Not everything that I give you needs to be in your personal trading. All right. So that's why I give stuff for everybody. All right. Now, you're going to notice that I typically start on a what? Hour chart? Yeah. Normally. You already know. Anytime I ever get quiet, if you're new watching this channel, if you ever hear me get quiet, I'm just smoking weed. All right. That's a nice board right there. That's a power Peralta board. I think I talked about that on this channel a while ago. Like these Powell Peralta boards are like not the best looking graphics, but they are apparently some really strong skateboards. And I definitely want to get one. Not gonna lie to you. So really quick before we start, let me make sure you understand what's going on. Okay. So at the time you're watching this video, it's like, bro, I don't even know what fucking day it is. Is it Saturday? Friday? Sunday? Saturday? Whatever, man. Anyway, this is like the first week of March. We're going into the third week of March. Okay. And so, what's the first thing we always talk about together before I even get you on any other concept? We always talk about our AMD cycles, right? Now, the reason why I'm just giving it to you face value, right? I'm not even going to debate on what type of profile we're looking at. Is because this is clean. Why the fuck? There we go. The weed is lit. Now, this is my thing, right? When you're looking at a week like this, right? Remember, I taught you guys a lot about weekly profile and daily profile. We always talk about those first. And the reasons why I put you kind of through that, not every time, but it's because I'm trying to create some sort of routine, some sort of order for you. And whether you're on my free YouTube mentorship or you're actually in my 3 month mentorship or, one of my longer term students right now, you already know how important this is to start um, with a clean routine because it's so easy for us to get. I'm a hit you with a gem in a second. It's so easy to get out of sync with the algorithm. You want to be in sync, literally. Like I'm trying to be Justin Timberlake here. All right. Because when you realize that you have a place to start, X and A, you're not going to be surprised that A is some straight bullshit. And what do I mean by that? Listen, my Discord was talking about this yesterday, bro. And I mean, all week we had a good idea about what was happening. But the problem is what? Since when do we get a what? Monday high, Monday low. Man, what the fuck is going on, bro? That's the type of shit that'll make you really think that like damn, is weekly profile actually real? Is like I don't see one. Bro, listen, we talk about a week, bro. A week is diabolical. This shit is not fun. We have a very clean profile here, right? Monday high. I'm already expecting Thursday or Friday low. This is very clean. Already expected it. That's a comfortable X cycle. When we talk about X, you already understand what that means. One shot, one kill. Yo, you know what's funny about that? Every time I think about the word one shot, one kill, it makes me think of Eminem, like 8 Mile and shit. You know what I mean? You had one shot, one opportunity to get all the profits you ever wanted. Bro, that shit fucking kills me. Cause I love Eminem's music, right? And I've been trying to think about like making a new training playlist to kind of make a like what's the best trading music or artists that you listen to, whether they be, any genre, to be honest. I basically listen to everything. I listen to rap, I listen to rock, I listen to a lot of pop music, K-pop music, R&B music. I'm all over the place. And people that know me know I can go from Britney Spears to Wu-Tang in 10 seconds. But the reason why I'm ranting about random shit about music, right, is because I want you to do a little thing here. Ready? Watch. I don't want you to sit in your room by yourself, no vibe, no routine, just narrative. Like trying to go for profits. Like, you know what I mean? You don't even got a movie on, you don't got no music on. Bro, I need you to vibe up this trading right now. I'm trying to hype you up. I need you to hype you up. Because if trading is also excuse my little rant part right here. Ready? Watch this. As we talk about the A. The A is A for annoying. All right. So it's not impossible to have a fucked up weekly profile. So what I want you to do is you need to focus on daily profile coming in here. All right. Now, just because we talk about the AMD cycles, it's always a quick section, only because I want you to already be expecting of price to do some dumb shit here. Look at how it's shaped, even visually. So we're taking out daily highs and lows. That's fine. But yeah, that Monday, yeah, nah. That was not a thing. And I told my Discord, I said, listen, it's totally possible to do Monday high, Monday low. It's possible. I'm not going to work with that only as if they can't get down here. We aimed for it, no dice. And that's okay. But the reason why I actually came on this little video here, right? Talking about these channels, my guy. Now, the reason I wanted to make this video, for everybody is because it shows um just how hyped I am about my students, man. Um Everybody in my Discord, we all use the same logic, but we have our own models and stuff that we like to play with. This type of stuff is so fun to me when we start to discover stuff together that we're basically just hidden in plain sight before. I talked about my indicator, right? Um oh shit, wait, hold on. When the fuck did that work? So basically why I'm surprised right now, I'm on a 23-minute time frame, okay? And really quickly, I want to show you how there's 23. Well, let's start at the top. 35, 23, 17. I'm just going off my memory. What? 11, 5, 1. These are basically some of the time frames that you can play around with the support and resistance channels, right? And 23 and 35, I'm not going to fully explain it right this moment, but um these are natural support and resistance bars. And I like that. It sounds like, bro, I ain't gonna lie, using those actual words coming out of my mouth sounds crazy to me. Like, we like algorithmic price delivery. I teach algorithmic price delivery. So I don't normally even use that terminology, support, resistance. It almost sounds like it's a bad taste in your mouth after you learn not to be using retail concepts, honestly. But my point is, Ryan's indicator is 10 times better than mine because he's a monster, right? I can get the bars to get colored. I didn't even know my shit worked with the 23, to be honest. I thought I was capped at the 5 and the 1. It was hard for me to even get it to do that. I mean, yo, shout out anybody making indicators because you're a beast. Anyway, let's take you back on the week, okay? So basically, what I'm looking at, right? And I'm gonna drive you into the settings real quick. So he snapped, bro. Basically, when I'm looking at a green or a red channel, right? And I could do one at a time. So I want to do 23 for just now, then we'll do 35s, then we'll put them together. Okay. But basically, the whole idea to this, right, is that do you see how again, just starting with this week, okay? There's a 23 bar here. So we're going to get rid of weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, my bad. Let me hit the little apple juice. Feel me? Mm-hmm. It feels like when we talk about things that are hidden in plain sight. Shout out to Hoppy, bro. So that's my guy right there. He does such a good job, man. And everything he does, you don't even have to be that good at math, but listen, man, you start focusing on math more in your daily life, in your trading life, this stuff will be so fun to you, man. I can do some stuff with math that I've never even thought would be possible for me, even, 3 and 4 years ago. And I have 10 years in on trading. So I've already seen myself go from, wow, I wonder why they say support and resistance works. All the weights and stuff like this, where notice how the channel itself is giving me the bar, okay? Over here. My bad. Let's actually point to that instead. So, see my bar? 23. Now, this is the reason why I wanted to talk to you about this. Now, I've noticed something very, very cool. So, when we have these little bars here, right? To the naked eye, this doesn't really do much. But you notice how, even like on the screen here, this is what I would actually call a um inverted 23. So this inverted 23 or inverted channel rather, you can see how it actually gives a perfect setup. We form the bar, we trade through it. Now, a lot of people will, when I get to the other like basic part of the concept in a moment, you'll see what I mean by this. But this is where we trade up and we trade through it. Someone else is not going to think that this bar is really doing much. But I can tell that when we're hanging out around here, you can see where these actually get it's almost like a support term resistance kind of thing. Oh God, that sounds so crazy coming out of my mouth. But notice how we come down, create sell side liquidity for you. But look at the rebalance of this. These bars are ridiculous in terms of support and resistance. So yes, it breaks downward to give you liquidity. Do retail concepts actually play around with liquidity? Not really. Not a lot of basic ones because they're thinking that this is supposed to be support, right? Everybody here is going to go long because it went long last time. That's just retail logic. So what are we going to do as smart money traders? We're going to short that, and this thing's going to die. But you can see that we actually trade back into the midpoint of this wick to wick channel, and this is what I mean about inverted. You go up, break it, back up to resist. This is your entry right here. Anytime I get like really into a video, I like hold the weed and forget it's in my hand and fucking start gripping it with the strength of 10 ninjas. Jesus Lord. It's like this huge ass dent in the blunt now. Let me smoke it. Anyway, so what I'm talking about is I like this here. And again, we're only working at first with one type of channel. We have two. So when I have this, you guys already understand that Asia is always going to get fucked over. You already know, understand that. And yo, really quick, I'm trying to let you know. Um, so just because I'm not fucking boring, we don't say buy and sell side liquidity no more. We say north and south side liquidity. So when I hear this language around the internet, I'm not trying to hear, oh, you got that from no, 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 no. You got that from me. I've been saying this shit for months now. North side liquidity, south side liquidity. You feel me? That up buy side, sell side liquidity. None of that's boring. Fuck that. North side. You feel me? Anyway, so not to glaze this one channel, but I want you to just really understand how crazy this is right here. You feel what I'm saying? I understand. It's actually not that hard of a setup anyway. Fair value gap, London, 2 to 5. It's really not difficult. And you expand. And also you realize that when we talk about that XA on the week, this was what? XA on the day, bro. Why do you think you look at the profile one day at a time and still do your cycles right? XAMD. You would be a fool to not be able to find which day is what type of profile. Now, what's cool about this? All right. So we have the first channel. Let's get into this next one. Holy Lord. Now, this is why I brought up the inverse to you first, so we could really have some fun. When you see some shit like this, bro, this is so crazy. Okay. Where again, I'm not even leaving a certain time frame yet for a reason. I'll show you why later. So when I'm on the 23-minute time frame, it's right when I can see my 23 and 35 on the same time frame. On the 35-minute time frame, you can only see 35. Now, when we talk about this candle again, right? This is again 6:23 p.m. All right. Just so there's context there as well. I don't want you to think that there's just some random way to find this number. All right. Bro, this weed tastes like it tastes like bubble gum. Like if I was chewing gum right now, it's exactly what I would be tasting. That's weird. I don't mind it. And it's also like a super nice indica. I mean, I'm already gonna get another ounce of it today anyway, but um this is what I like about these motherfucking channels and these motherfucking candles. because you can do so much. And the reason why this is cool for us on the 8 week is because if we're dealing with like a more visually fucked up price action, or to the naked eye, until you break it down, this looks like dog shit, right? So when we talk about like what's going to be helpful, and I actually like this, bro, because again, I've been trading for a long time. So when we talk about like different models and like why I have so many, and why we're still always going to look for new ones and things like that, it's basically to, bro, just because I know advanced concepts don't mean I always pull them bitches out first. Trading is not that hard. You can come in, find buy side liquidity, which is long term, find sell side liquidity, which is short term, find which one is DOL, and run your narrative. That's not fucking difficult. But what I'm saying is, when we come in, I'm trying to do less thinking. I don't always come in with the most craziest model. I just told you these are like support and resistance channels. So the last one you looked at was inverted. This one does what? And again, emphasis on the A stuff. When we talk about A by functionality, it makes things a little dirty. So that means like for the naked eye, right? We want to see this bar like fully. I mean, we want to see the channel really not even break, to be honest. Now it does here little bit, right? It's almost like a stop run of the channel and we blast up. Which I've seen is also totally fine. We have some bodies closed outside of the channel, so some people were like, not sure. Should I actually sell this? You know what I mean? Because it's actually like kind of at the top here. This is like a nice 3-4 candle run. And but the problem is you get London low. And this should be easy for anybody though. Why? Yes, it's the one function I will always bitch about. It's like the most underrated ICT concept that nobody fucking listens to. Like I understand where majority of people want to trade New York anyway, so you're not really like a London trader. But this is the cool thing about this channel too, is again, look at this. I mean, I know you already see it. You've been glazing it for like 5 minutes, but look at what I mean. The 23, there's a 35 right here. I'm not gonna acknowledge that for right now. But this 23 channel, I want you to treat it just how any other you know, array, right? You're basically looking for a measure of rebalance or some sort of rebalance. So when you go up, you come to the bottom of this thing, your first move, if you figure out, oh wait, no, this is not resistance, it's actually support, buy that motherfucker if you up at London, like I am. Now, if you wanted to get into New York, you realize that there's no 23 on 23 up here. So down here, when you see this thing rising from this should actually excite you so much, bro. Buy this shit. All right. Now you can mix in Goldback levels, you can mix in Goldback time, you can mix in whatever you want to do. But just core liquidity will have you going nuts over this thing. Now, you realize that again, this is not an inverted. So you have basically right from more up from this channel. I'm already looking up, you know what I mean? And the reason why the 23 is nice, it gives you like kind of like a perspective of a channel that's going to work for that day or 2 days or whatever the case is. It's not like a bigger time frame situation that you don't get that instant gratification of the move working or not. Um, it's almost instant how you figure out that it's working. Also here, this is only about 40 minutes, all right? So 10:30, my bad. You got 10:30 here. You got 10:52, 10:50 macro, 11:15, right? So that's right after that 10:52, 11:10 macro. So basically, look how crazy that is. You got the macro inside a 23 channel. Buy that shit, bro. And yeah, you don't get this buy side liquidity. What do we just talk about? Because it's real manipulation, my guy. This real manipulation where you get offered both sides in a day. I mean, actually like a trendy situation. Like you can make money on both sides in an M. That's why like A's and M's are cool if you understand how to again, I need you to vibe out when you're fucking trading, bro. Stop looking at everything. Oh, that's not my setup. Oh, I can't do anything. Bro, this is why I have 80 fucking models, bro. 80? Yes, 80. Because there's never a situation where I felt I didn't want to be able to come on and run something. I don't give a fuck what day it is. I don't give a fuck what session it is. I don't give a fuck how much thinking I would like to do or not. There's always something interesting on the screen. If you're actually into algorithmic price delivery, you understand that there's really something offered to you every 11 to 17 minutes. There's a new setup for you, literally, literally. And so when I'm glazing some of this shit down here, right? Yo, that word's so funny to me, bro. Look at this. So this one's easy. Buy side liquid here, PM session. We got to take liquidity somewhere, even if it's not always a major one. Obviously, it's a rebrand. So when you're looking at something like this, we've been sell side on the week anyway. Are you really gonna expect this from this price swing? Don't be stupid. Watch. I'm only saying that. I know you're new. I'm not saying you're stupid, but what I'm saying is you're gonna realize long-term highs are long-term highs. So even when you see stuff like this, you're going to be like, well, I know we're not coming here. So regardless of whatever the fuck is up here, I'm looking for a certain price. Oh, I see it. Never mind, I found it. Whoops. Now, regardless of what's up here, okay, in terms of coordinates, I have some cool stuff. All right. So we need this price level. Now we got 19,683. If you're new, only reason why we give a fuck about that is I want you to think about certain pricing. Okay. So if you were trading this week, you probably never realized, but if you go into this menu, look at some of these numbers. All right. Just glaze those for a moment while I light the blunt. You notice anything kind of peculiar when we talk about numbers at all? Here, I'll even pause for dramatic effect. Listen, start thinking about pricing. Think about what numbers you land on pricing. Why the fuck do we stop here? Why do we go back down to my support resistance channel and go back here? Why do we come back here? 19,683 is a Goldback number. You feel me? Yeah, we had to pause for dramatic effect on that one. I need you to understand how ridiculous this is. And what the fuck am I talking about? When you get Goldback numbers, literally 19,683 on price, come on now, bro. Open your mind up. What do you think we're going to do? That's going to be a major level, major level. And we just talked about liquidity. When you see certain things, come on now. This is them screaming at you. That's available. Why do we go down? Only touch the channel. I know we glazed that, but the liquidity still available. Why do we make a liquidity pool down here, which is also what? Still available. Look how clean this is. We just talked about what? Getting here. It's off limits. Stop looking up there. We talked about these here, 19683. But the channel is what is of service to us. Look, we have a what? You're already thinking it in your head. Inverted. All right? Yeah. Where do we take the trade from? Oh, yeah. Now that's 6 a.m. You probably not up at 6 a.m. But what are you going to notice when you get to this area, when you wake up around, 7, 8, whatever, you wake up, you're going to notice we got some what? Some highs and shit. What are you going to do when you get down here? Now, this one right here, this 1006 is um slightly disruptive, but you also understand time. So if you want that 850 to 910 macro, that's this one right here. And you already understand that we have that south side liquidity, right? Call myself. You see what I'm saying? So like once you get over, you're gonna be like, yo, north and south side, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna sound so much cooler when you talking. Like it's a vibe, bro. I'm telling you it's a vibe. But I'm loving these inverted gaps, right? So when you see, I just said something to you. I hope you caught it. I'm not gonna say it again, but I hope you caught that. So when you're looking at this, right? Listen, inverted resistance channel. And even the breaking through this, you can actually sell this too. Just a formal little little chop cheese and break, sell this shit. Also, I mean, again, we're not ignorant. Every time you have a model, it doesn't exclude other stuff that you know what the fuck is going on anyway. You know that I talk a lot about the Judas swing. Now, this Judge Judy is perfect. So when you see that fake up to, you already know what I'm about to say. Sell the fuck out of this thing. 683 was already up here anyway, so that's an algorithmic level where you already know there should be a reaction. So when you're already coming up here, and we were trading that night, I said, listen, bro, we're gonna come up here and we're gonna sell this shit down. Also, let me be clear because I keep getting emails. My Discord is currently capped right now. I just have too many members. And I like to keep it like it's a vibe on purpose. So like I like to keep it under 50 people. Okay. So if somebody leaves, maybe I'll reopen some spots or whatever. But right now there's like a little waiting list. So just let me get back to, first come, first serve. You go in order. I'll see what's up with it. Probably gonna keep it capped for about a month or two. Just let me just get my current students situated with their last month of their Q1 mentorship. We've been doing a lot of work, so that's why you haven't seen as many videos per day. So when I'm doing a lot of this stuff, right, uh, their mentorship is personal. So I have one-on-one sessions available. So like an individual session would just be me and you know, hour and a half to 4 hours typically be like the max. If you guys, I can fucking talk, but that's how it is. Where the Discord gets capped. I only have individuals really available. I just don't have that much time. But and they're not like deathly expensive. But and that's the thing. I want you guys to be comfortable with the information that we have here. So when I talk about this model or inverted 23 channels, and we talk about my favorite one now, where this one is not inverted. But my whole point, right? When I teach Ryan or when I'm teaching Steve, or if I'm teaching John versus Mel, like everyone is an individual. Not everything is going to work for everybody. And being a mentor, you have to basically not glaze your own strategy. Understand people, bro. So if you want to do the whole mentor thing, you gotta basically have it so where you understand uh the psychology to somebody's trading. And if you don't, you can be basic if you want. But what I'm saying is it doesn't help anybody to force a strategy upon them. It doesn't help them to do that. You need to give them base stuff, start being able to give them some Lego pieces so they can build and build with them. And that's exactly what we do. So the reason why, I mean, when we start finding out about these stuff and Hobby gave us a gem on this one, I said, listen, let's go in the lab, bro. Let's go in the lab. And I love how this one helps a lot of people. And this is why I emphasize that's what I said before. Not everybody likes to come on and have all this complicated shit all the time. Even on your Goldback level, sometimes it could be a lot, right? And that's why we're not glazing those right now. But we're also glazing something interestingly easy. Where look at your 23 candle. Also, I want you to notice this midpoint. The consequent encroachment of this candle does really, really well, right? And look at the top of the channel. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And you already understand what I know about the time, right? What? What do we have again? You're going to find the low or the high of the session between 2 and 5. You already have north side liquidity. You see how cool that shit sound? Come on now. Bro, NASDAQ is straight, you know, NASDAQ new nickname is straight Pornhub at this point. This shit getting a little sexy. And I love these little channels. Like, this should keep me coming back, bro. I will click on these every time. And we talk about pressing the button, wait till it get actually like a trendy candle out of it, or you can wait till you get a trendy candle out of it. You know what I'm saying? You don't need it right when you get there and get inside the chop for, an hour. Like just wait. Wait for an actual time of a kill zone, like Asia's kill zone, London's kill zone. But this is the thing. You're like, yo, well, I only have one channel. What if I'm up here? Hold on now. I told you about some shit. There's not just 23, but I actually got some other channels, my guy. This is what is so crazy. Listen, now, if you missed this, you also have a 35. And I'm going to go backward on you. Watch this. You notice how you got this 35. What do we talk about? Bro, this is a retail video. I'm sorry. It's just nothing but a retail video. We're not talking about anything algorithmic, or are we? I want you to think about what I said. Support resistance channels, although I hate these words. You have north side liquid involved. I'll be saying that sometimes too, all the time. Where you're like, yo, we got liquid right here. I just sound like that old guy trying to sound cool. I do not care, bro. And that was easy. Such a fun day. But this is what I mean, bro. If you don't get it off the 23, you can get it off the 35. But even like the first part of your channel is perfect. Now, let's slide on this really quick. I want to bring you back. I want to bring you back. Mm. So let's talk about this one here. This is where we talk real gassed moves. See how this 35 is here with a channel? There's no like real crazy rebalance, right? But this is also what I meant before about first of all, we viewed a lot of these 23s. Okay. So the 23 you saw had like a sort of a visual to it. We saw a lot of these regular supported, resisted 23s, a lot of them being inverted. And it kind of gave off like a fair value gap kind of feel, right? Now, when we talk about these 35s, these are really fun because not only do we talk about the gap being like a support, I got bro. I'm just gonna type it. I fucking listen. You notice how this one doesn't what? We don't rebalance this thing. You notice that? I want you to keep that in mind when we talk about 35 channels. Now, this is top clue. Now, when I say top clue, I mean it's a yeah, it's a little joke, not a very good one. But what I'm saying is, listen, support and resistance type of wave. Your 35, if you don't see a rebalance, this thing is gone. It hit a home run. I want you to put it that way. You're looking at the top of a home run hit. This is not coming back. I want you to think about something. All right. Now, this is some funny, funny shit. All right. I want to do something for you. All right. You're going to notice something stupid. All right. Uh, I want you to just kind of play around, right? And you notice I'm very, very attentive to my work. I'm also very detailed. You're going to notice some really, really weird stuff here. And like, the funny part is, we talked about this channel already. I want to throw some of these on. Listen, why do we get parallel 35s? Also, when you look at how parallel it goes like that, when I drag this over, because you know it's parallel, right? Watch this. One at a time. You notice how again brings you to some interesting areas. We talked about this one. We talked about that one. We talked about this one. See what I mean here? Now, watch it when I drag it over again. What are some areas that you kind of need to pay attention to? We already talked about the ones here for accuracy. But listen, even when you see ones like this, that's in that same parallel bracket. Oh, Jay, that's not helpful for me. Really? Let's move around a little bit. All right. I told you about something earlier too. Let's switch to time frames. Ryan, you did such a job with these indicators, man. I can't help but to I'm about to shout you out on every video. Yo, shout out Ryan, dog. Every video. Like, he's just such a beast. And this is what I'm talking about, okay? Let's get this into perspective when we talk about like organization. I want you to see. There we go. Now, you see why I use like weekend, Saturday, Sunday, bro? I could just, just go back. It's easier. Now, what did I talk about with these? Notice how I have some of these older 35s, okay? Notice how some of these, when we talk about it, right? Visually, okay? I'm on a 35 time frame. You got different channels, okay? So 8:35, all right? Now, this is core kill zone time, right? What did we talk about? 35 could fall off a building, no rebalance. Visually on this time frame, at least. There is a rebalance here on a smaller time frame for you. But when we talk about 35, I'm not going to explain why that's for my students. But it jumps off a building. All right. Now, I want you to think about this. Look at my other red bars. Look at this. Now, I went back in the past just so I could show you how, like, historically, you can find some really, 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 really cool stuff. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Right to the bar. Right down. Beautiful. And I mean, you notice this one? What do we talk about? Again, not all of them are inverted. But do you see this? You already have a red bar here, sends you right down to the shadow realm. You don't even need to see this one through the peaky blinders, how I just showed you, looking parallel through your candles. So this bar is here. Yes, I will draw this out. It's my own new channel. I customize it. I customize everything. But this is my thing, right? Ryan is a beast for this because you can come in and the 35 is basically like a higher, I mean, obviously higher time frame, duh. But when I'm talking about like it's higher time frame organization. So when you're trying to make a more macro idea, you know what I mean? You're going to be more towards this one. Now, I talked about this before. You can't see the 23s from the 35 channel. 23, you see both. That's why it's like that. You see what I'm saying? And this becomes a monster for you. However, we talked about some other time frames. Do you see what I mean now? You can come in and do some work here. You see that? That right there. 35 bar. Look at the resistance. Couple taps. Sell that bitch in Asia if you're an Asia trader, or sell that bitch in New York if you want to scalp that down. Or it's a 35. Sell that bitch in New York because you know it's going to be a hard time coming back. But we're again inside of my 8 week, right? Back to that 8 week. Okay. So same thing here. Look at that 35. And again, I'm on a 17-minute time frame. So this is basically more towards how quickly do you want it to work? You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, it's a gem. It's a gem. Yeah, bro. I can talk about time much on this channel, but I want to at least give you guys a really fun one like this. Because there's so much that you can do in terms of application here. And we talk about like a certain time frame. So if this one is a what? Straight shadow realm mover, right? Okay. This bar itself is just absolutely large as a 35. Okay. You get some fractal ones here. Watch this. Now, what do we talk about? Now, this one is slightly annoying. It's not outside of the realm of buying here. Obviously, we're bullish, but this 23 pops in, whole new area. If you missed all of this, you know what I mean? You still get one more leg up to some profits. And then obviously you have a little channel here. And then, oh my God, come on, Albert. Come on. That shit absolutely stupid. And again, 17-minute time frame. Rebalance. And that's what I mean, bro. It's the same one I just showed you. But again, the perspective on these are different. So when you're coming in and you're saying, hey, Jay, I want to, yeah, you can sell the fuck out of this. And look, what we just talked about, you're not scared of the 23 being inverted. It's not going to make you start buying this and selling this, buying. No, no, no. Figure out the context. Where's liquid? Relax. All right. Stop blazing the channel so crazy that you can't actually see the context now. All right. Keep in control. Run the shit how you're supposed to run it. You start seeing reactions like this, buy it up here. Why not? Why not? Or if you realize there's order blocks down here, do your thing. So I just wanted to tap on really quickly and, show you some of these. And look, it gets kind of a little funky if you get really in your bag with it. What the fuck is calling me? So let me go in a moment, but when I'm looking at stuff like this, bro, the 5 minute, this is what makes you kind of like a scout monster. Because this is what I mean about how quickly do you want it to work. Because when you're looking at something like this, you're like, yo, wow, that was kind of, yeah, this one does not take long for you to use. Right. No, it's not every single one that you're going to glaze. That's why you need the high time frame ones to organize yourself and then do your thing. You know what I mean? And literally look inside the bar, you got support. You can do like a trade away, trade back, as if it feels like a fair value gap for you. You can take some of these by themselves when you realize that the trend is congruent to what you're doing. Trade the bar or the bar after, no problem. You got resistance on this bar here. This one's a real setup. I like that a lot. And also look at the time. A lot better for you. You got this one here. So take them in a real setup. Don't just take any fucking bar. You know what I mean? Don't just be trying to sell this thing because you see this thing pop in and then you get fucked over and confused. But I need you to understand market structure or market context. So you can come in during okay, you know what? Maybe we're sell side. Yeah, so you're gonna see this bar here. We tap in, and this one is actually like an inverse here. Boom. That one gets you in the trade if you really need it. You see what I'm saying? So you couldn't pass that 35, you might want to rethink your what you're doing. This one right here, obviously good for buying for the fake run if you wanted it. But when this started to play around both sides, I think that's an interesting thing, right? When this gets inverted, you might have to figure out what you want to do. Like take a moment. Don't jump the gun. See what I mean? Nice little channel, inverted reaction. Same thing here, inverted reaction. See that? That's him right there. There he is. Sell the fuck out of what? Sell the fuck this thing. Obviously, you can use what you like. Gap, so you can refine it. Okay. Like I said, use what you know. Don't have to new. You don't have to do anything new that you're not uncomfortable with, or that you're not comfortable with. Rather, sorry. There you go. Okay. You know what I'm saying, man? I'm just trying to give you something crazy to work with. Feel what I'm saying? Be on that 5 minute. You feel me? So, yeah, man, let me go. Got shit to do. So, I was checking with you guys. Should be another video coming shortly, okay? And I don't know. There's not much to do. It's the weekend. Have some fun. Bye about. Man, fuck trading.